If you're a student of philosophy or just interested in your own destiny, then the question always comes up, is there free will or is everything determined? Is everything destiny? And in a sense, most of us live with this quiet tension. How much of my life is up to me and how much is already written? So let's explore free will and destiny through the Vedic and non-dual lens and see how this understanding can change the way you live, choose, and surrender. Think of a moment when something just happened to you, an accident, a diagnosis, a chance encounter that changed everything. In those moments, we feel the weight of destiny. But then think of a moment you consciously chose differently. You left a job. You ended a relationship consciously. You began a practice and everything shifted. So we feel both, right? I am being carried and I am choosing. Vedic wisdom doesn't deny either. Instead, it shows how they interlock. Of course, you've heard of karma, sanchit karma, prarabdha karma, agama karma. So in the Vedic view, what we usually call destiny is largely the unfolding of karma, the momentum of past actions, tendencies, and impressions. You can imagine karma like an arrow already released from the bow. Once it's in the air, a certain trajectory has been set. Arrow. This portion of karma, called prarabdha karma, shapes the basic circumstances of our life. The body you were born into, your family, your culture, the era, the values of society in that era, correct? Certain key challenges and opportunities that seem to find you. This is the layer where people say, this was meant to be. From the standpoint of the Vedic tradition, it isn't random and it isn't punishment. It's the precise, lawful echo of previous causes, an echo from the past. But then there is something called Purushara, the power of present choices. The Vedic tradition does not leave us as victims of past momentum. Alongside karma, it speaks of Purushara, the power of human effort and intention in the present moment. If prarabdha is the arrow already in flight, Purushara is how you stand, breathe, and respond as it comes to you. You may not be able to stop the rain, but you can carry an umbrella, dance in it, or learn from the storm. Every present choice is a new karmic seed. It's called agami karma. It may not instantly erase old karma, but it begins to shape how future destiny will feel and unfold. So from this point of view, both statements are true. Some things are destined or given, and how I meet what is given is up to me. But then there's another deeper understanding, and that is Dharma. Free will is not random. In the Vedic sense, free will is not meant for random self-indulgence. It's given so that we can align with Dharma, the intelligent order of life, the harmony of truth, compassion, and inner coherence. This is the best way to understand Dharma. Inner harmony, but also cosmic order. So when we use free will to act against Dharma, we add confusion to the system. When we use it to act in harmony with Dharma, we begin to transform our karmic momentum. So you can think of it like this. Destiny is your starting position on the board. Dharma, informed free will, is how you play each move on the board, okay? You did not choose the opening configuration, but every move you make now changes the possibilities that follow. So, the Bhagavad Gita offers a subtle middle way. On one side, it emphasizes responsibility and choice. Here's the famous quote, "You have the right to action, but not to the fruits of action. Yogastha kuru karbani." Established in being, perform action. On the other side, it reveals that all actions are performed by nature. The gunas of Prakriti. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva is creativity, Rajas is transformation, and Tamas is inertia or entropy. This is what the Bhagavad Gita reveals. All actions are performed by nature, the gunas that I just mentioned, while the true self is a witness, not the doer. This creates a paradox, and this paradox is on purpose. At the human level, practical level, you're called to live as if you are responsible, to choose as wisely and compassionately as you can. At the deepest level, you're invited to discover that your real nature was never bound by these choices in the first place. From a Vedic and Advaitic perspective, there are two levels of freedom. Relative freedom, this is the space of ethics, psychology, and growth. Here, free will is the capacity to pause, to become aware, and to choose a response rather than react from conditioning. Of course, meditation, self-inquiry, and mindful living expand this space. But there's another level of freedom, absolute freedom. This awakens when you recognize your identity as pure awareness, not as the limited person you take yourself to be. In that recognition, both free will and destiny are seen as movements in the movie of life. Awareness itself is never compelled, never bound, never improved, or diminished by what appears in it. On the screen, characters struggle with choice and fate. The screen itself is untouched. So let's make this experiential just for a moment. If it's safe to do so, gently close your eyes. Take a slow, easy breath in and out. First, bring to moment one area of your life that feels destined or out of your control right now. Could be your health, maybe a relationship, or even easier to choose, global circumstances, wars and terrorism and economic disasters and so much cruelty. Silently acknowledge this is what is present. This is what is happening, and even I am affected by it. Now gently ask within this given situation, what is actually in my power? It might be the quality of your attitude, the next conversation you choose to have, the practice you commit to today, the boundary you lovingly set. Let one small, clear, dharmic action arise in your awareness. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It only needs to be honest and aligned. And now notice the awareness in which both the given and the chosen are appearing. That silent knowing presence in which thoughts, sensations, emotions, and decisions come and go is the real you. Rest as that awareness for a few breaths. When you understand this interplay, something relaxes. You no longer blame yourself for every circumstance. You recognize the vast karmic tapestry that brought this moment into being. This is called Sanchit Karma, the vast ocean of karma. At the same time, you no longer collapse into helplessness. You claim your power to respond, to learn, to love, and to awaken. Practically, this might look like meeting difficulty with the question, what is this inviting me to grow into? Using your free will to choose practices that stabilize awareness, like meditation, self-inquiry, breath, compassion, and remembering that your deepest freedom is not in controlling life, but in knowing what you truly are beyond the play of gain and loss. So from this highest non-dual standpoint, both free will and destiny belong to the realm of the person. You are like two waves arguing about who is pushing whom, while the ocean simply is. When you wake up to yourself as that ocean of awareness, destiny does not vanish and choices still appear to be made. Life continues to move, but the sense of bondage to outcomes, the compulsive identification with I am the doer, begins to dissolve. Then action becomes more spontaneous, more compassionate, less driven by fear. Destiny becomes less of a prison and more of a choreography through which consciousness explores itself. So the Vedic answer to do I have free will or is everything determined is not a simple yes or no. At the human level, your choices matter profoundly. They shape your inner world, your relationship, and your future karma. At the ultimate level, what you are ultimately is already free, untouched by the entire storyline of karma, destiny, and choice. You're invited to honor both. Live as wisely and lovingly as you can, using your present freedom with care. And through practice and inquiry, discover the timeless freedom that was never at stake. So I hope this resonates with you. Stay with us here on the Chopra Well as we continue to dive into the nature of consciousness, reality, and what it means to live awake in this world. Tattvamasi.